Okay, so let's start by actually trying to clone away some of this hair over here because we don't like it very much. You can see it kind of drifts off over here into the side and it looks a little bit messy. So how are we going to do that? Well, some people may just go in and try and clone the little butts off, but I have a couple of quicker ways of doing it. Because again, time is money. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a selection. I'm going to come through here and select right around through this area because I only need the wispy stuff for the time being. This stuff that's sticking out here. I'm going to feather it. Select, modify, feather. About 5 pixels is fine. I'm going to float it to a new layer. So now I have it on its own new layer. Now I'm going to go filter, noise, dust and scratches. Let's zero this out. What I want to do is I want to get rid of as much of this as I can without destroying the background. So let's kind of move this over. You kind of see where it starts to move. It starts to get rid of the hair. It starts to get rid of the hair around 40, 50 or so. That's not too bad, but we don't like the way this is kind of breaking up a little bit. So let's put in a couple of, bring the threshold back to 1, let's just say. That's not bad. Now what we can do, so after it finishes rendering, we can use the stamp. Let's make a new layer above this and start stamping. Right now I'm stamping at 20%. I use 40% if you want to be faster. Get rid of most of this stuff over here. Get rid of all this. Get rid of all this in here. Zoom out a little bit. Probably pull some from over here. Here. I'm going into the hand a little bit, but that's okay. Because we're going to get rid of that in a second. I want to try and get rid of as much of the blotchiness in this background as possible. I'm using a very, very soft brush, by the way. Let's blur it. Filter, blur, 25 pixels. 10 pixels. I don't like the way it's looking. Let's just keep it the way it is. Fine. Let's commit this by floating this down here. We now have this on its own separate layer. The next thing we're going to do is very cool. I'm going to hit warp. For you guys, edit, free transform, warp. For me, it's Command-Shift-W. The same selection, and I'm going to start to pull it inward toward where the hair is. This, all I wanted to do is because I like the way the background looks. I don't want to interfere too much with the original background. So do that. I'm just going to pull the existing background over. Why reinvent the wheel? And now I'm going to hide everything. I'm going to mask it. Here's my mask. I'm going to fill it with black. Gone. And now I'm going to start painting with white to bring everything I want back in at 100%. Right? Not terribly worried about this shadow over here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but the background has to blend. And notice the use of the white check curve to help me with my mission. Also the noise, check it out. The difference when you add some noise, it helps with the gradations. I'm still painting with white, trying to clean up some of these wispy hairs over here. I may want to bring some of them back. And the beauty of it is what I'm doing here is not destructive. I can always bring back anything that I don't like. I'm going to zoom in a little closer to get closer to the hand here. Along the edge, doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be non-visible. Kind of get rid of the white check curve so we can see what we're doing. We don't like this at all. So let's get rid of the whole thing. I don't like that hair. Let's get rid of it. It's distracting. I don't mind the little sucker down here that much. I also don't like this here because it makes it look like she has a bit of a beard. And that's not pretty. I check the edge. Edge looks good. Looks a little cleaner over here. See that? Now we'll go in to make sure that we have a cleaner mask. Some of the other stuff that's floating around here. Right. I wonder what it would look like if let's get rid of all the hair. The beauty of non-destructive editing is that you can do this. keep the contour of the face. I want this to look fake. So I hit in here and I bring it back in. I'm painting with white and black on the mask. I'm removing, or hiding I should say, and then revealing. And I've got that. And this is what it looks like. Pretty clean. Again, this white check that I use over here. There we go, make sure this is nice and clean over here. Come down here and make sure that we didn't get too much. We have to fix this. Let's get rid of some of this. Painting with black, small brush. Boom. Done.